Welcome back to the Boot Tragedies. And when I say welcome back to the Boot Tragedies, I mean welcome to the tragedy. It's a reason I named this the Boot Tragedies, because it's just a damn tragedy. It's a travesty. It's everything in New Orleans right now. And the first thing I'm going to do is point out Dennis Allen. His opening statement in his press conference after the game was the defense played well. That's just no accountability. I think that's just deflecting, and putting blame on others without really saying it. You know, obviously he's the head coach, but he's over the defense. So the first thing you say is the defense played well. What defense? This not the Saints defense that's been playing the last couple years. The defense did not play well. Yeah, we gave up 42 points, 2 were pick sixes. That's still 28. I'm just trying to figure out, where did we play well at? Eno Benjamin, not James Conner, not Darrell Williams, not Christian McCaffrey, not Adrian Peterson, not Barry Sanders, had 12 carries for 92 yards. That's almost 8 yards a carry. We gave up 140 rushing yards and 2 touchdowns. I'm just trying to figure out where we played well. DeAndre Hopkins haven't played football in 1,000 days, coming off a 6-game suspension. He has 10 catches, 103 yards on 14 targets. No other receiver on their team had more than 2 targets. Rondale Moore had 2 targets. Greg Dortch had 1 target. Robbie Anderson had 1 target. They threw to one receiver, and we did nothing to stop it. We kept letting them put Hopkins in the slot and get on Evans, and no disrespect to Evans, he has no chance in hell to guard DeAndre Hopkins. After about Hopkins' 8th or 9th catch, Dennis Allen's like, oh, I guess Alontae Taylor, you can go follow him in the slot. Well, it's too damn late. It's too late. The game's over. We're down 20 points. What are we doing? Are you even paying attention out there? He's got too much on his chip. Too much dip on his chip right now. I'm getting tired of it. I'm getting sick and tired of the excuses, the accountability. Then he said something about, oh, well, when we get our guys back, I don't want to hear no injury excuse. That's bullshit. The Cardinals didn't have 2 starting linemen, didn't have Marquise Brown. I don't want to hear anything about injuries. Didn't have a starting linebacker. Injury excuse, save that shit for another day. Save it for another day. I watched Sean Payton play with anybody at quarterback, Trevor Siemian, whoever it was, and he kept us in games. Save that for another team, for another fan base that give a shit. Maybe when you were back in the Raiders, that worked. That would not work here. I'm sorry. You need to look yourself in the mirror and take some blame, take some accountability. The same man that said we played great on defense or good on defense said we couldn't tackle again. Make up your mind. He's contradicting himself. He's contradicting himself and trying to place blame on others, man. Take some damn blame. As much as I hated, Sean Payton every week saying we need to coach better, at least he was taking accountability, even if he was saying it just to say it. Because goddamn, man, that's awful. That's awful. Next up, Pete Carmichael. I don't know what you're doing out there, but I swear to God, you have about 1 more second before I just unleashed on your ass too. Matter of fact, dude, do you know who's on this team? Because I'm confused. I am so confused. Alvin Kamara, 11 carries. Wow. He had 7 catches, but I don't count that shit because he had like 5 in garbage time where we were just checking the ball down because Arizona was just playing prevent defense. It's absolutely disgusting how we use Mark Ingram over Alvin Kamara in certain situations. Taysom Hill, 3 carries, 1 catch, 2 passes. Absolutely awful. Why do we have him? It's Andy Dalton threw the ball 47 times. How many games are you going to win with Andy Dalton throwing the ball 50 times? 0. I promise you, you're not going to win a damn game if Andy Dalton has to throw the ball 50 times. You better come in with a new game plan, a new attitude, because that's unacceptable. We ran the ball 22 times for 85 yards, no touchdowns. It's been 7 games Alvin Kamara doesn't have a touchdown. I'm not putting that on Alvin Kamara. I'm putting it on a trash-ass coaching staff. We get into the red zone. We do the same thing, run, pass. Run, pass. Oh, run up the middle. Oh, run up the middle with Mark Ingram. Pass incomplete, field goal. I'm tired of it. I'm sick and tired of the same old things. I'm predicting your offense while I'm watching the game. I'm tweeting it out. Like, it's laughable. Man, if I can figure it out, I'm sure these people, on these other teams can figure it out. We have to get better. It's bad. The coaching is letting us down. I've put a lot on the players this year, rightfully so. They've been playing bad. Some of those guys have been awful, but the coaches have to take some blame, have to take some accountability because coaching matters, and they're not putting these guys in position to win. We the only team I see that plays the slot receiver 10 yards off the ball. We were doing that in the red zone. We had Evans 8 yards off the ball, standing in the end zone. The Cardinals just run a quick slant, score a touchdown. I was saying it all night. Oh, they're just going to throw a slant to him all day because we're 10 yards off the ball. It's absolutely crazy, the defense we're running out there. I think Dennis Allen has too much going on. He's worried about the offense. He worries about special teams. He got to worry about the defense, and the defense is suffering. I felt so bad for Alvin Kamara just looking at his face on the bench, man. Alvin Kamara's always been happy on the sideline, joyful. He looked like he does not want to be here. And I honestly don't blame him, especially after seeing what happened with Christian McCaffrey. You got your best player, one of the best offensive weapons in the league, and you're just not getting him the ball. You're not being creative. We didn't run a single screen pass for him. We got Mark Ingram in there on second and long and third and long, not Alvin Kamara. I just don't understand what we're doing. It makes no sense whatsoever what Pete Carmichael's game plan is. Like it makes no sense. He runs Holtz, Jawan Johnson, Nick Vannett, or whoever, and Traquan Smith out there on 1st and 10 on the 10-yard line when Mark Ingram runs the ball, loses 3 yards, and surprise. And it's surprise like, oh, we can't block it? Well, obviously you're running the damn ball. Everybody in the universe knows Traquan Smith's the only receiver on the field. He's our best blocker. You have an extra offensive lineman and 3 tight ends. It's only one thing that's about to happen. You're about to run this ball. You're shocked when they blitz 11 and we lose 3 yards? You shouldn't be. Now, enough about the coaches. I guess we can hop into this game, man. Let's start off with Andy Dalton. Absolutely horrific. He should never put another down for the Saints unless it's because of injury. He's not that guy. He's not that guy. He was playing well. He was making his reads. He was making checkdowns. He was making good plays, but he played absolutely horrific. I do not want to see him back on that field. If we have to start Andy Dalton again, just give me Taysom. As much as I say Taysom shouldn't be a full starter, I would take him over Andy Dalton. Jameis Winston get healthy. We got 10 days until our next game, but if Andy Dalton's on that field, we're going to lose again. He is bad. He is awful. Threw 2 pick-sixes back-to-back. Maybe the first one wasn't his fault. I don't give a shit. All picks aren't created equal. Jameis Winston threw 30 picks, and nobody's going to bring up how, 10 of those wasn't his fault. You threw 2 pick-sixes, they're on you. You threw a pick in the end zone, that's on you. That could be 21-point swing. That's a 21-point swing right there. Or maybe 17. You give them 14 points, and you take at least 3 away from us, maybe 7. That's 21 points. You understand how terrible that is? In a game that you lose by 8, you have a 21-point swing. Absolutely horrific. Absolutely horrific. And then we go, let's talk about our weapons. Chris Olave, stud. 14 targets. He was our main weapon. He had a couple drops. Their safeties were hitting, though. I'm not going to say he played his best game. He had 7 catches for 106 yards, and that's absolutely fantastic. But he could have had way more. Not blaming him or anything like that, but he could have had way more than he did, which is a good thing. If you have 7 catches, 106 yards, and I don't think you play well, hey, man, the sky is the limit. Kevin White even came out there, had a catch, had a nice run. Traquan Smith, he played well. He left, getting injured. That's unfortunate, but he did have a good game. Shout out to Traquan. Marquez Callaway, he stinks. I'm sorry, man. I'm just being honest today. He's just not a very good, football player right now. He's not a very good receiver. I have no idea how the hell Sean Payton did that last year with those guys. Hey, Sean Payton deserves more credit than he got from last year because them receivers, they are bad. And he made it look great. Jawan Johnson, he had a solid game, 2 touchdowns. Maybe in garbage time, call it what you want, but at least he played to the end of the damn game and showed some heart. Rashid Shaheed, 1 target, 1 catch, 53 yards, a touchdown. I said this last week. Now I see everybody on Saints Twitter, they're following. You got your boy Chris, Ross Jackson, Nick Underhill, whoever you want to name. I'm going to say I said it first. Rashid Shaheed gets in the game, he scores a touchdown, and we forget that he's on a fucking team. I just don't get it. I just do not get it. Now everyone else is starting to see it. It's been 2 weeks. They did that week 1, and I tweeted it as soon as he scored a touchdown. I said, oh, he scored a touchdown. That means the Saints will not use him again. It's absolutely insane that you have he's a good weapon. I'm not going to say one of the best weapons in the league because we don't know that yet. But we'll never know because he don't get on the damn field and he scores every time he touches it. Ain't that crazy? Yet we still want to give reps to Marquez Callaway and things like that. We know what he is. Already. Give these other guys a chance. I'm tired of this shit. It happens in the NFL to everyone, man. You get guys that's been in the system, that's been in the league 3 or 4 years, and you clearly have guys that's younger than them, better than them, more explosive than them, that's ready to make plays, and you just don't put them in the game. Absolutely awful. I'm tired of it. They have to stop that. Alvin Kamara had a solid game, averaged 4.5 yards a carry, only got it 11 times because we were down. I just don't know what the hell we're doing with him. Got those catches garbage time. So, man, it looked like he had a good game. Still hasn't scored a touchdown. Already said Taysom wasn't involved. The offense, we moved the ball, a little bit. We can't score points, though. We turn the ball over too much, though. I just don't get it. We're awful team right now. Defensively, let's talk about the defense that played so well, in Dennis Allen's opinion. Pete Warner, absolutely stud. Remember I called him out before the game? I said I need Pete Warner to pop off my screen, and that's what he did. I said he's been playing well. He's been playing okay, but I needed him to be great. Last night, Pete Warner was absolutely fantastic. I'll give him that. He was fantastic. Cam Jordan, Davenport, both of those guys were fantastic. Tano, fantastic last night. He made a heck of a plays, last night. Cam Jordan, Davenport for sure. Them two were good. They were popping off my screen. Everybody else, I'm not too sure. Justin Evans, man, I can't even blame you. What a shit show performance. But I can't blame him. Like I said, I can't blame him. He should not be guarding DeAndre Hopkins. Chris Harris, we got him off the street, man. Hey, he's an old corner. He's wearing number 19, playing cornerback. That should let you know. I'm not blaming those guys. We shouldn't put those guys in those positions. They shouldn't be out there guarding DeAndre Hopkins. They were fighting for their lives. It is what it is, but they did not play well out there. I'll tell you that. It was bad. It was very bad. Bradley Roby left the game early with an injury, which made those guys get out there even more, but it was bad, man. It was super bad. Special teams, they played okay. On the kick return, Rashid Shaheed fell on one of the kick returns. I think he had a chance, to break that 30, 35 yards. He ended up slipping. Can't have that. But on the punt returns, just what I asked for. He had 2 punt returns for 28 yards. That is a 14 average, and his long was 14. So he got 14 yards each time. That is big. You get a first down and a half each punt return. You catch it at the 30, get us to the 45. Catch us at the 40, get us to the opposite 45. That is very good. I'll take 15 yards to punt return every time. We need to keep that up. Kicking, Will Lutz was perfect. 4 for 4 on extra points, 2 for 2 on field goals. And once again, Blake Gilligan, he's the man. 2 punts, 94 yards, 47 average, 2 inside the 20, long of 58. Absolutely fantastic. Just a shit show game coaching-wise, in my opinion. The coaches lost us this game. The quarterback lost us this game. Andy Dalton was very bad. Very bad. I'm so shocked he came and started that game in the second half. We didn't use Taysom at all in the second half. I know it's a 14-point game, but who gives a shit? You're not going to come back trying to let Andy Dalton throw the ball 50 times. Gotta be shitting me, man. Welcome to the fucking tragedy. At least the Pelicans play today, man. Thank y'all for tuning in once again. This is DaBoot Tragedies, and I'm out. You can't fuck up my Sunday now.